there you go.
Dry means there's no aftertaste.
Cool. Why don't you explain to Alex about ginger ale? He hasn't heard the story yet.
Yeah. No problem. Well, first we have to go about telling about the two different styles of ginger ale.
He's been waiting for months
wet
to get
and
his
dry
story.
ginger ale. Wet ginger ale is really rare, but dry ginger ale is something that we're all familiar with because there's like dry martinis, they're like bud dry, stuff like that. It's all meant
You may have to tell it twice.
So things like gin and a couple other alcoholic beverages are mixed with dry ginger ale because it makes it taste better and it has no aftertaste.
Anybody have a
The reason why people use ginger ale so much with gin is because during Prohibition you couldn't get alcohol. So you'd have to you'd end up mixing gin with something to make it taste better because it wasn't real gin, it was fake gin, it was like turpentine. So when they mixed it with ginger ale, dry ginger ale, you could palate it. Before Prohibition though, wet ginger ale was the most popular type of ginger ale, and that had an aftertaste, and it didn't really mix well with...
You know what's really nice is that Alex translates this story into his own language.
Dry ginger ale has no aftertaste, wet does, and it's meant to be drunk by itself like, more like their root beer. More like a cola. And wet ginger ales are really rare, but there's still several that are still in production. One is Werner's. Werner's was started before the Civil War, before war. He made a barrel, he mixed it with soda, and he also mixed it with that wasn't really mixed with ginger ale. Buried it, 3 years later, came back, dug it out of the ground, had a sip, and then found out that it was the best formula he could have. And then from then on, that Werner's is the name of the brand. It's been used all the way up into the 60s until high fructose corn syrup was made. During that time, they made the bags of syrup, and they added it with carbon dioxide, water, stuff like that. Dry is like Canada Dry, Schweppes, and you mix it with certain kind of alcoholic beverages. But wet, there's several kinds of wet because you're gonna want like certain tastes. Like some people mix like, what is that stuff called? Like lemonade, like lemon essences and stuff like that. They all have their range, I guess, of flavor. But the Werner's is special because it used cream soda, and that kind of filled in the gaps and smoothed that ginger bite, and also gave it flavor. As you keep drinking it, usually it gets kind of dull in taste, but when you do it with cream soda, it kind of keeps it full body. So that's the story.
Okay.